The mainstream media is just horribly pathetic. I mean, it's so bad. You wonder, like, really? I mean, what happened to journalistic integrity and investigative journalism, and all of these things are just dead. And there is pushback. You see the farmers protesting in Italy and Spain and Switzerland, Romania, India, Poland, all United States, all around the world, Canada. We're seeing all sorts of protests. There are signs that things are emerging. You have states, and you just saw the other day Iowa, and now Arizona, and before that Texas and Wyoming and Idaho and Alaska and Missouri and Kansas and North Carolina, Arkansas, Oklahoma. These states are proposing, some have passed legal tender laws saying gold and silver can be used for all debts, public and private. And the representative from Idaho said it best: we need to get away. We need to do what the central banks are doing and accumulate metals. Now, that's not really the WEF agenda, but it's all part and parcel. I guess what I'm saying is that, to me, it seems everything is connected.
In a recent discussion, Andy Schectman sheds light on concerning economic trends, pointing to a potential crisis looming over the U.S. economy. Citing data on widespread protests globally, including in major economies like Italy, Spain, and India, Schectman highlights a shift towards alternative currencies like gold and silver. He warns of the repercussions of a green agenda, potentially destabilizing the petrodollar and leading to hyperinflation. Schectman emphasizes the interconnectedness of various factors, from geopolitical tensions to cybersecurity threats, underscoring the need for vigilance. Despite a desire for optimism, he expresses skepticism amidst divisive politics and societal challenges. With over 30% of the country supporting current policies despite factual concerns, Schectman's analysis urges caution.
From this agenda where, you'll own nothing and be happy, the divisiveness that we've seen, this green agenda as an example, killing the petrodollar, the consequences of which I believe people have no idea. We signed an executive order to go green. We weaponized the dollar, and now we see the majority of all human population joining in this group when you consider the Belt Road Initiative, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, the Eurasian Economic Union, and the BRICS, and now the 35 countries that have formally applied on top of the 10 and another 20 informal. You're talking the majority of human population is rallying against the West because, well, we're going green, amongst other things. And so if they don't need to value oil in dollars, that's the Klaus Schwab moment, which we've talked about before, where the dollar gets dumped and interest rates spike to compensate for the hyperinflation that hits our shores, as everyone for 50 years has had to stockpile dollars, creating that synthetic demand, and it creates hyperinflation. Rates go to the moon. You can't have 30% inflation and 5% rates. Your currency dies. So now rates go, the banks collapse. They're over leveraged and capitalized. The dollar dies because everyone's dumping it, and stocks, bonds, and real estate all collapse in the face of spiked interest rates. And now you have someone to blame, Xi Jinping and OPEC and everyone else that did this to us. There's your Klaus Schwab moment. But when you talk about that, I mean, it's scary as hell, and maybe even worse in the face of a woke agenda that's killing this country, the whitewashing of our culture, the destabilization through open borders and massive debt, both publicly and privately, and undercapitalization across the board, and the political craziness and the divisiveness and the two-tier justice system. It just seems that everything's getting worse. So while I would love to believe that things are getting better, and there is certainly a little bit of a greater awareness to it, I don't know. To me, it just seems almost like things are getting worse. Now, I don't know if that's all tied into the WEF agenda. It's interesting. They had on their website right before the pandemic, they were simulating what would happen in a pandemic, and now they're simulating what would happen in a global cyber attack. And now you see companies like JP Morgan are spending $15 billion a year on cyber threats, on protecting their system. And how real is it? How connected is everything? And how about the power grid and the water system and all of this stuff that is quite antiquated? Or they keep talking about solar flares or a nuclear weapon being detonated in the atmosphere. And lo and behold, Russia now they're talking about capability to issue it for a ICBM up in space. I know I'm all over the place here, but I want people to understand that all of these things in my mind are connected. And whether they be loosely connected or directly connected. So yes, I am a patriot, and I want to believe in my soul. I got 3 kids, man. I want to believe that things are getting better, but I look around me and I see the stupidity, literally the stupidity in so many people and so many organizations that I shake my head. I can't believe it. And where 30% of this country thinks the current administration is doing a good job, to the point where you can't even have a discussion citing facts.
In the next segment, Andy Schectman delves deeper into the concerning trends facing the United States, expressing alarm over the influx of undocumented immigrants and potential security risks. With over 12 million illegal entries amid heightened geopolitical tensions, Schectman emphasizes the gravity of the situation, highlighting the potential threats posed by even a fraction of these individuals harboring malicious intent. Drawing attention to recent violent incidents like the Kansas City parade shooting, Schectman urges viewers to confront the harsh reality and avoid dismissing valid concerns as mere conspiracy theories. He underscores the importance of acknowledging interconnected issues, from political divisiveness to currency mismanagement, and advocates for a critical examination of the country's direction. Despite his patriotic fervor, Schectman remains deeply troubled by the erosion of fundamental values and institutions, warning that complacency could hasten the decline.
I had a conversation with someone who I believe is one of the smartest people I know, just reads the wrong stuff, very well read, but not reading the right stuff. And I said, can you believe the number of Chinese nationals that are coming in across the Mexican border carrying Toomey suitcases and wearing a nice clean shirt? They didn't walk from Central America. She says, I didn't see that. Where are you seeing that? And I'm thinking, my God, we're in so much trouble. Now the White House is saying it's one of the biggest issues. So the point I'm getting at, and it goes back to the media again, is that I don't think that while there is pushback, I almost feel that things seem to be spinning faster out of control. I hate to be a buzzkill, Jesse, but I don't see it getting any better. And whether it's all connected to the WEF agenda or not, I seem to feel that it is. I guess only time will tell. But look, I'll say it to you this way, as clearly as I possibly can. We have 200 BRICS meetings, as Alistair said, one of the smartest men in the world. I love Alistair's work, and if you're watching Alistair, you're certainly someone that I view as a mentor. And but as you know, look, 200 meetings leading up to the big one in October, an election in November. 12 million people entered this country illegally. If 0.2% of them have bad intentions, well, that's 24,000 people that want to do harm. You know, like 3 people shooting up the Kansas City football rally yesterday, or parade. I'm not saying they're connected, but that's 3 people. What if you have 24,000? How about 1%? That's 120,000. I hate to be doom and gloom. I hate to be a buzzkill, but let's just realize there is a fine line between conspiracy and reality. There is. And ask yourself, where are these people coming from all around the world? How are they getting here? Who's flying them to Central America or to Mexico to walk? Who is? How are they getting here? And so the point of it is that no, I think this is all connected, and I don't think it's getting better. And I think it's time people wake up. And I apologize, because I am a happy-go-lucky dude. My parents were hippies. I grew up respecting everyone and having no problem with whatever people did, whatever ideology, whoever they want to sleep with, whatever drug they want. I don't care, as long as you treat me the right way and don't impose yourself on me. And I know I'm all over the place here, but I just want you people to know that I am not prejudiced or against people coming to this country the right way. But there has to be a point where we look and say, is all of this stuff connected? Could it really be that they are trying to destabilize this country from the ground up? Look at the divisiveness: red, blue, black, white, rich, poor, vaccine, no vaccine. How do you view this war? How do you view that war? How about the border? How about the president? I mean, it goes on and on and on. And that's just here. That doesn't even speak to the horrible things that we've done to the reserve currency and to the rest of the world, at least as far as they're concerned, outside the border. You put it all together. Yeah, I mean, could the Great Reset happen? You're damn right it could. And I seem to think that the dollar recency bias and normalcy bias will be the undoing of a lot of very well-meaning, smart people who refuse to accept the fact that everything good comes to an end and everything good changes. And again, I want people to know I am the biggest patriot in the world. I'm the least likely person to ever achieve the success that this country has afforded me. And I'm horrified by what I see. And this is why maybe I have the stupidity or the courage to say what I do, because it bothers me to no end. More so than the mismanagement of the currency, more so than anything we've done outside the borders. If we were still a country that people revered and wanted to be a part of, if people wanted to take part in a country that didn't have a two-tier justice system, that had fair elections, that had a safe country with solid borders and all of these things, where the First Amendment and respect for one another and the ability to say things to one another in a respectful manner, where we grow by learning different viewpoints, when all of these things which made this country amazing were still in place, I would have far less concern than I do. The fact that it's all been whitewashed away tells me that this isn't ending. In fact, it's probably only getting more severe.
In today's discussion, Andy Schectman provided invaluable insights into the interconnected challenges facing our world today. From the erosion of journalistic integrity to geopolitical tensions and economic instability, Schectman's analysis sheds light on critical issues often overlooked by mainstream media. As we navigate these complex times, it's crucial to stay informed and engaged. If you found this discussion enlightening, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Remember to hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your feedback is invaluable to us. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and stay empowered.